ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरकृष्णे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य त्वन्मयादितरतश्चार्थेषु भिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto, chapter 28, beginning from verse number 36. The teachings of Lord Kapila to his mother Devahuti, and he is explaining the process of yoga, how to realize self by meditation. So in the previous verses we read the different steps of meditation and the culmination in the samadhi. And after the yogi he sees the Lord in the heart, then it was explained that he takes away his mind from that and makes his mind completely blank, just like turning off the candle. So when that happens, then he becomes situated in his own self and sees the self with the self, and there is nothing else besides that. So now then the question could be raised, what happens after that? How does he live in this world after attaining such a state? How does he function? Does he function like normal people, or there is some abnormality? So that is described in next 3 verses. Sopyetaya charmaya manso nivritya tasmin mahimniyasita sukha dukkha bhayyo hetutvam apasati kartari dukkhayoryat swatman vidhatte upalabdha paratmakashtha. So at that time, when he is experiencing this ultimate vritti, and I explained yesterday that this ultimate vritti or state of mind is that there is nothing else except seeing oneself. He's not seeing, not seeing means the senses are there, so obviously the sensations are coming, but he's not receiving them. It's just like you may sit here and the sound is going into your ears, I'm speaking, but you may not listen what I'm saying, your mind is somewhere else. So if the mind is not there, you don't perceive anything. Mind has to be in contact with a particular sense to perceive the sensations coming from that sense. But this person's mind gets dissolved. For all practical purposes, he does not have a mind. So there are no thoughts coming in his mind. And if the senses are bringing in sensations, it doesn't do anything to him. He's just in his inner consciousness, self-consciousness. So therefore it says, Sobe etya charmaya manaso nivritya, that by this ultimate vritti or state of the mind, then he becomes completely aloof. Tasmin mahimni avsita sukha dukkha bhayi. He becomes completely fixed in his inner consciousness. And therefore he is beyond the reach of happiness and distress. He neither feels pain nor pleasure of this material world. Because pains and pleasure are felt through the mind. If mind is not there, then how do you feel? Because pains and pleasure are not inside, they come from outside. The mind has to experience them. Or if they are coming from inside by remembrance, also you can feel. And then mind has to be there to feel. Mind is the instrument through which we feel sensations or emotions or thoughts. So now that is gone, and hetutvam api asati kartari dukkha yogyat, says that the very cause of happiness and distress is not there, because there has to be the identification with the material ego. The soul is there and it identifies with the material ego, and you have the sense of I in this body. So that sense of I in the body is gone now. He does not consider this body as his own. So then there is no happiness, no pain, no pleasure. Swatman vidhatte uplabdha paratma kashta. So he has achieved the ultimate goal, ultimate destination of realization. And therefore there is no sensation or anything like that. So this he is explaining the consciousness of the person. Then he will explain how he behaves externally in the world. This is when he is by himself, what happens to him. So there is a commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Nacha asau upadhi laya susupti dasayam nivetya sopi. So one may say that how is this state different from deep sleep? Because when you are in deep sleep, then also you don't feel anything. You don't feel any pain or pleasure from the external world. There is no sensation. You are existing in the body, you are not dead, you are breathing. But you are lying and you are not aware of anything external. So how is it different from that? So he explains this in this verse. Sacha purusho jivaha manaso nivritya hetuna tasmin mahimni yasviyo mahima purvam manaso balada prita asit तस्मिन् महिम्नि मनोनाशात् प्राप्ते ज्ञानानंदमयी अवसितेन अवसानं निष्ठां प्राप्त. So now he has attained his status, fixity in his own nature, which is in the form of consciousness and happiness and bliss, because he has lost his mind. So he is situated in this glory, and whatever experiences he was having before, they are all removed. There is no experience of that. Manso nivritya kidrishya charamya avidya rahitya. So how is this ultimate state? He says this is absolutely free from the ignorance. And therefore this is the distinction between deep sleep and this state. Because in deep sleep, one is still under the influence of ignorance, although one does not know anything. And because of this ajnana, then one wakes up and again comes to this world and starts dealing. So one has not become free from the karma, from the ignorance. But the yogi who is situated in this state, he is not having any more ignorance of karma or anything like that. Tatra hi avidya asti na tu idam. In deep sleep there is avidya or ignorance, but not in this state. Tatra hetu, what is the reason for that? Etya yoga abhyas kritya. Because he has practiced yoga, and thus he has attained this state. Tasmin mahimni kidrisha. And what is that state in which he is situated? So he says sukha dukkha bahirbhute. He is outside both happiness and suffering. Neither feels anything good nor bad in this world. Swarupta eva sukh dukh bahyatvat. By its very nature, he is outside the realm of pain and pleasure. Jivatma sukh dukh bhaiyo bhavet. The meaning is that Jivatma, the soul, is actually beyond happiness and suffering. Nanu sukh dukh atma dharmatvam eva drishtam atastato bhairubhutatvam katham atmanitya. So one says that how do you say that he is beyond happiness and distress, because happiness and distress are seen to be the quality of the soul. Without soul there is no happiness, there is no distress. And in Nyaya philosophy they say that it is happiness and distress is in the soul, they are the quality of the soul. So how is it said that he is beyond that? So then he says asati avidya kartari krite kartari ahankare dukhyor sukh dukhyor hetutvam sukh dukh hetu karma kartritvam. He says because he is outside this ahankara, and ahankara is the ego, which has the sense of doership, that I do or I am that. And because he is beyond that, then there is no one to feel. As they said, there is no one at home. So you ring the bell, there is no one to answer it. There is no one to perceive. The ahankara itself is not there. Sukh dukha hetutvam, the very cause of sukha and dukkha, because happiness and distress, pain and pleasure, they are coming as an outcome of our activities. We perform action, then we get result of that. And result is only in two ways. Either we suffer or we enjoy. But if there is no doer, there is no agent to perform the activity, and there is no one to feel. So the doer and and enjoyership, they go together. You perform action, then you get the result. Tadabhimanat puru dasanam swatmani kartritvam bhoktritvam chayadasit tat sarvam uplabdha paratmakastho ayam aprokshikrita atma tattva suddha purusha. So before he attained this state, then he had ego in the body, and therefore he was acting. We are all acting, always doing something, and our purpose is to become happy. So sometimes we become happy, and most of the time we are not. So we are trying to avoid pain and trying to acquire happiness. All our activities are guided by these two principles. So we have the desire for happiness and desire not to suffer. And to fulfill that desire, we perform activities. And activities are performed because we have an ego. Because to perform an activity, there has to be a subject. There has to be an I. That I did this, I did that, I meant, I ate, I slept, whatever I wrote, I talked. So I have to be there. If there is no I, then who will do? Who will do anything? If without I something happens, then question will come, who did it? So who will answer that? You cannot say it happened by itself, nothing happens by itself. So when there is no I, there is no action, there is no action, there is no result. So he says that this, and why I is doing? Because I wants to enjoy. So there is karta, agency, and bhakti for enjoyership. They go together. Tat sarvam uplabdha paratmakastho. So, but when one attains realization of the self, then he loses this I and no action. Suddha Purusha, one becomes situated in the pure self. Tasmin eva asati vidhatte tamnishtam eva pashyati swasmin ahankara bhavat. Then he says that now he is free from the ahankara, from the ego, and thus he is fixed only in his own swarupa, no more action. So then in the next verse he explains how does he function externally in the society. This verse is explaining his feelings. How does he feel? What is going on inside? Because externally we don't know. He may be sitting, we don't know what is in the mind of this person. So, but if he is walking or talking or doing something, then how does he do that? So that he explains in the next verse. Deham chatam na charma sthitam utthitam va siddho vipashyati yato jagatam atma swarupam devanupetam ath deva vasadapetam vaso yatha parikritam niramanandha. Says that when a person is situated in this ultimate state of consciousness, is called the fourth state, then he does not see his body. Does not see means he does not feel. Deham chatam na charmah sthitam utthitam va siddho vipasyati. So he does not see whether he is sitting or he is standing. Now if you are sitting, you know that you are sitting. You stand, you know you're standing. You're aware of it. So he's not aware. Why is that? Yato adhyatma gamat swarupam. Because he is situated only in his own swarupa. And deho api deva vashaga kalu karma yav devadupetam at deva vasadapetam vaso yata. So if something comes to him by the will of providence or something goes away, he does not know it. And he gives one example, because things which we do not know, which we have not experienced, how to understand them. So we understand them if there is example which has some similarity with it, and that may inform us or make us understand, comprehend. So he says, Vaso yatha parikritam madira madam. So somebody has drunk a lot of liquor, 6-pack, and completely, what they call it, stoned? Stoned? So he is completely stoned. So he said, Madira madam hai, that he is completely blinded by the intoxication. He's drunk so much that he does not know. So he said, just as that person, he does not know whether his cloth is there on his body or it has fallen down. If he is wearing dhoti and his dhoti opens and falls down, he does not know. So parikritam madira madam. Parikritam means something around your waist. Like these days in America, there is a fashion that you put their pants down on the, just on the hips. It's ready to slip down.
Even below the buttocks, sometimes.
I don't know how they walk with it. Somehow they manage. So if it slips down, this guy does not know that it has fallen down. He will keep on walking. So that is the meaning of parikritam madira madam. It's completely stoned. This means he has become like a stone. So stone has no feelings on the external world. So this is the example. Like that he becomes. Basically, he is impractical in the society. He cannot take care of himself. He is in another world. It's like dreaming. Somebody is dreaming and walking. So this is the situation. So like sometimes people hallucinate. So they don't know what is around them. They are in the state. So this is altered state of consciousness. This is really not altered state of consciousness. The altered state of consciousness is different. This is the original state of consciousness. Everybody is living in an altered state. So he attains to his original state. Tasya jivan mukti maha. So this verse is explaining the liberated state. But now nothing can bother him. Even if you put a knife in his body, he doesn't know. Deham chaiti dvabhyam. These two verses are explaining. Charma charam dasapanna siddho deham na pashyati. So this person who is called Siddha, this is the meaning of Siddha in yoga. Perfected in yoga. he does not see his body anymore. He is oblivious. Kutah sukh dukhe. And where is the question of experiencing pain and pleasure? Because pain and pleasure are only through the body. And if you don't feel the body, if you don't see the body, if you are not aware of the body, then how can you be aware of anything which is happening in the body? Why is that? Because he said, Yato Andhyagamat Swarupam, because he has attained his Swarupa. He has become situated in his own self. Parikritam Parihitam. So, whether he is wearing cloth or he is not wearing, we do not know. Asnad Uttitam Utthaya Tatreva Sthitam Gatam Va Madhiram Adandho Yatha Napashyati. Whether he is sitting on his seat or he stood up and he went somewhere or came back, he does not know all this. Just as a person who is highly intoxicated, so much intoxicated that just like a blind. Too much intoxication makes you blind, means you don't see. So this is the situation. And then one more verse. Dehopi deva vasga khalu karma yavat swarambhakam prati samikshate eva sasuhi tam saprapancham adhirude samadhi yoga swapnam punarna bhajate pratibuddhavastu. So now the question is that how long will such a person live? So he says he will live as long as his prarabdha karma remains. There are three types of karma: prarabdha karma, sanchit karma and kriyaman karma. Sanchit karma is the accumulated karma. Whatever you perform, it is added in your karma bank account. And kriyaman karma is the karma you are performing now, at present. So whatever you do, that is called kriyaman karma, and it is kriyaman. And that is added into sanchit karma, the accumulated karma. And when a person takes birth, at that time some karma is taken out of the accumulated karma, which will be giving its result in this lifetime. When a person is born, then certain things are decided that you are going to be male or female, to which parents you will be born, where you will be born, what kind of atmosphere, what will be your education. So these things are fixed, what kind of skin color you will have, how your hair will grow. All this is coming from the prarabdha karma. Now you may change those things by doing karma in this life. It is not that everything is fixed. But that karma is giving. Like you put a seed in the earth, it fructifies. So already all the plan is there. How this tree will grow, what kind of leaves will come, what kind of fruit and flowers will come from this. Now that is another thing, that what kind of water and manure and you fertilizer you put, how you take care, then the tree can become very nice or may not grow properly. But how it will grow, what kind of leaves, fruits, flowers they will come, that's already there in the genes. So that is the karma.
This is the name of this karma is prarabdha?
This is called prarabdha karma. So we have prarabdha karma is for one lifetime. It is like you have your bank account and from that you withdraw some money, you go on holiday for 10 days and you are going to use that money. So you only have that much money to use. So prarabdha karma is there. Now in between we do more karma, then we are adding to our accumulated karma. And by our actions we can also modify. Usually when you go on holiday you are only spending, but if you are a business minded person, there also you may make some money. So that then you can change. You had planned to live in a 3-star hotel, you made more money there, then you go to 5-star hotel. So that going to 5-star hotel is not just prarabdha karma, but the karma you did now. So prarabdha karma is called fate or destiny. So there is destiny and then there is our action we perform. So destiny of course is fixed. It is going to give some fixed result, fixed situation, your friends, and how long you live, what kind of education you have. But our present action we may bring some change to that. So when a person becomes free, liberated, as he has become, then the body will continue to live till the prarabdha karma is there. It's not that as soon as the person becomes liberated, then he dies. So whatever is in the prarabdha, if he is supposed to live in a good place or he is supposed to get good food, then by prarabdha he will get food. But now he is not doing anything to change that prarabdha. And if he was supposed to live 80 years, then and he got realized when he is 60, then he will live another 20 years. And then he will die. So therefore he says, Dehopi Daiva Vasara. Daiva means destiny. It's under the control of Daiva, destiny. And Kalu Karmayavat Swarambhakam. Swarambhakam means same prarabdha karma. As long as he has the prarabdha karma, then it will continue. And Prati Samikshate eva sasu, till the time he will have his life air flowing. And Tamsa Prapanchamadhiruda Samadhi Yoga Swapna. So if one says that what happens, he does not, what about going back to the material life again as he was, is it possible? He says no. Swapnam punarna bhaste pratibaddha vastu. He gives another very good example. Just like if you are dreaming, and in your dream you have your whole life, you are living, you have family, and long dreams suppose you had. And then you wake up. So after waking up, can you go back to the dream? No. Why you don't go back to the dream? Because you are awake and you realize that this was just a dream. Who wants to go to the dream after you are awake? So of course, sometimes the dream is good. And then you may like to dream again. There were 3 people and they were sitting together and talking. And one person was saying that yesterday I had a dream. And in my dream, I become millionaire. So, but then when I woke up, I was having nothing. So he was asking to the other 2 people that if you had a dream like this, and then you wake up, then what you will do? So one guy was saying, well, if I had a dream like this, I wake up, then I will just imagine or pray that I really become a millionaire. And then he asked the other fellow and he said, what will you do? He says, I will go back to sleep, hoping that I will get millionaire again. So he says that swapnam punarna bhaste pratibandha vastu, because he has become realized, then he does not again expect or desire to go to that state. I think it's not working.
Yeah, it's working.
So then there is a commentary here. Nanu tari tasya deham deha katham jivet. He says, how does he survive then? Because if to survive you have to be aware of your body, you have to take care of body, isn't it? If you are hungry, you have to feed it. And if you don't feed it, then what will happen? You will die. Or at least you will become weak. So what happens? He is not aware of his body. He says, Devam Purva Sanskara Tadvasena Gachan. So he says the body continues by the providence, will of providence, and as he had the previous samskaras, because we have certain impressions inside. We wake up, we sleep, we eat. So he continues to do that like mechanically. He is hungry, the food is there, he eats. He may even cook out of habit if he was cooking before. He is not cooking, then he may go and by will of the providence he will get. And destiny will also send money. If he is supposed to live for another 20 years, then destiny will supply things to him. By his fate, he will get things. There is a story about Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami was a famous acharya. He wrote commentary on Bhagavatam. And before he took sannyas, he was in his house and then he got married. But when he got married, he was not really interested in married life. He was very much inclined to take sannyas and follow the spiritual path. But somehow he was put in a situation, he got married. And then he got married, he had wife became pregnant, gave birth to a child and she died in the childbirth. So now he has double responsibility to take care of the baby. But he was always meditating that I want to take sannyas. So he thought, I cannot take sannyas now. If I take sannyas, what will happen to this baby? Now you may not like this story, but story is to make the point of destiny. Don't see it from any other point. So one day he was having the child in his lap and trying to feed him and worried. But he's thinking that when will he get released from this? Then he saw that there was, we have these lizards in the house, especially in the summertime. Now they will hide in the cold. So they go into this hibernation. In the winter, in summer they are going around, and that is the time they lay eggs. So he saw that there was an egg of the lizard and it fell down. When it fell down, it broke, and from inside the small lizard came out. And now this lizard is very soft and still not able to move. So how it will survive? It needs some food. So it's lying there and hungry. Then he saw that one fly came and sat on that stuff inside the egg and got stuck. And this baby lizard saw this and immediately caught it and ate. So he said that look, if he has to survive, then God has sent food right there. If the baby has to die, then he will starve to death, there will be no food for him. So he dropped the baby. He went to Banaras and he took sannyas. It was a real story in his life. He said, hell with this baby. If it is in his destiny to survive, he will survive. And if he has to die, he will die. So destiny is like that. We have this teacher Anand Gopal Pandit. So he was here, now he is living at Radhakund. His birth story is something like that, it's very interesting. I was amazed. When he was born, then his mother died in childbirth. So father was so angry because his wife died. So he was so angry that he took newborn baby, put inside a room, locked it and threw the key into the pond. And did this cremation ceremony for the wife, and he was very sad. And everybody was telling that come on, the baby is inside and bring him out and this. And he was a very angry man, so he had a brother and they were all afraid of him, so they didn't dare to break the lock. And the key is not there. If the key is there, they could open it. So the baby remained there for 3 days. And then third day, people of the village, they said, come on now, at least open this door and burn the dead body. Inside the baby would have died and it will be rotting there. So they broke the lock and they opened, and he was still alive. So can you imagine that newborn baby remaining without any food, without any water, nothing, no care, and he was alive. And he's still alive. So this is called karma. And how karma does these strange things. So therefore he says that Devam Purva Sanskara Tadvasena Gachan. So Deva here also means our samskara, because we have impressions and they are the ones which guide our life and make us take decisions and all that. So he continues, Gachan Yavat Swarambha Karma, as long as he has this Prarabdha Karma, he has no problem. Tavat Prati Samikshate Eva Jivati Eva, he lives that long. Sasu Sendriya, along with his senses and life. Nanu Tasmin Punar Ashakti Sat Tatraha. So then the question is there that what if he becomes attached again to the previous sense objects, previous lifestyle? Maybe he was smoking before, but he gets a desire to smoke again. So he says no, that is not possible. Tam deham saprapancham putradi sahitam punarnabha. He says that he never desires this, never attains to this state ever. Whether he had children, wife, property, just completely aloof from that. Why? Yataha swapnam swapna dehadi tulyam aham mameti navinameti. Because now he considers all this like a dream. To him, whatever he did before was just as a dream, and now he is in the awakened state. So that's why such people are called Buddha. Buddha means awakened, enlightened. So he has attained enlightenment, and he is not interested in dreaming anymore. Just as when you become awake, you don't spend time going back to the dream. You do something. Tatra hetu adhirudha samadhi paryanto yoge. What is the reason? Because he has attained the ultimate state of yoga called samadhi, and no more going back. Atah pratibuddham vastu atma tattvam yenasa. So he has realized the self, he has become enlightened, therefore he is no more interested in anything of the past. So this is how a yogi who has become self-realized lives after the self-realized state. Stop here.
So I have a question about this prarabdha. Then, so this prarabdha is for this, let's say for this life, and everything is by destiny and blah blah. But then in the case of the yogi, he also had this prarabdha. But then this was the last prarabdha, or this will become a permanent state, or it can happen that it comes back again?
Already said that it doesn't come back again.
Then
The prarabdha, what do you mean last prarabdha? This is the last life for him.
this is the last life for him.
Because all the accumulated karma is
It's
finished.
finished, and then now I
It's
understand.
only the prarabdha karma which is remaining.
Okay, it's the last. Okay.
Mm.
And then about perceiving the pain and the pleasure, you say that is in the soul.
And this is what somebody's objection was.
Okay. So this,
Pain and pleasure in the soul, how they will come out?
so then they will be always there. So the perceiving the pain is perceived through the mind.
Yes.
So when the mind is blank,
It's like when you are in deep sleep, do you feel pain?
no,
Suppose you are having a toothache.
no, yeah, exactly. It's coming from inside.
Now you fall asleep and you go in deep sleep. Do you feel toothache?
No,
So where did it go? Is the pain there or not there?
no, the
The
pain maybe
pain is there, but there is no one to feel it.
No one to feel it.
So there is pain and there is someone has to feel it. And there is nobody to feel in case of the yogi.
And for example, when we feel some pain or pleasure or whatever, then this means that we are identified with the body
Yes.
all the time. So means whenever we feel pain, it's because we have this consciousness spread into the body.
Yes.
Maar dat is false ego.
So I'm identified with the body.
Okay.